should we invite with Karaniya Metta Sutta so people know that we will start soon?
Of course.
Yeah. Namo tassa and then Karaniya. Yeah. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya Metta kusalena yantam santang padang abhisameccha sakko ujo cha sujo cha suvacho chassa muduvanatimani santussako cha subarocha appakiccho cha sallahukavurti Santindriyo cha nipako cha appagabbo kulesu ananukitto nace kuddang samacare kimchi yena vinyo pare upavadeyum sukino va kemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta Ye kechipana bhutati tasava tavarava anavasesa dikava ye mahantava majjimaraseka nukatula dittava ye veadditta ye cedure vasanti avidure Bhutava sambhavesi va sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta naparo paranniko pete nati manyete katte chinankanchi Vyaro sanya patiga sanya nanya manyase dukkha miccaya Mata yatani yang puttang ayusai ke puttam anurakki Evam pisabbe bhutesu manasam bhavaye aparimanam Mettam ce sabbe lokasmin manasam bhavaye aparimanam Uddang aduce tiriance asambadang avirang asapattam Tittang charang nisinno vasayano vayavatassa vigatamiddo Etang sating aditeya brahmametang idamahu Dittince anupagamma silava dassanena sampanno Kamesu vinaya gedang nahi jatu vabhaseyang punareti
It is so nice to meet you, and it makes me very happy to meet like-minded Dhamma friends. And here I'm so many miles away from my home country and the country I live, and I've got this opportunity to meet you all, and I feel I should be so grateful that the courses have been set, that I'm here, sitting here, talking to you, hoping to share Dhamma with you and also to learn a lot from you all. And of course from Stefan as well. Met a very good Kalyana Mitta, and I'm very grateful for that as well. So I have been actually talking to few of the Dhamma friends here, and was very impressed when I asked why do you meditate and what made you come here. And there were so many answers I got. But basically, when I travel around and I just, for curiosity and just to know for myself why people come for Buddhist meditations, mostly people come for that beautiful inner peace. And you actually begin to feel that peace and happiness from the time you put your little toe into Buddha's teachings and actual practice. I myself, because born to a Buddhist family and my father being ardent Buddhist and a meditator, I was introduced to that very at an early age. In fact, actually it came to me not because he wanted to tell about meditation to me. I was there one day when I must have been about 5 years old, and playing near him, and he was reading the paper. I hope everyone can hear me and I'm not too fast. So I was waiting. He was reading the paper, and then he put the paper away and he closed his eyes and he was just gone to his world. And I asked him, "What are you doing with your eyes closed?" And then he said, "I'm meditating." And I said, "What is meditating?" And he paused for a moment, and then he said, "Close your eyes." So I closed my eyes, and he said, "What do you see?" So I said, "I see like little seeds there." "Okay, then close your eyes and go seed. And I did that, and I thought, wow, I was 5 years old. So forgot all about it. A couple of years passed. And then this is a usual thing in Sri Lanka. We get power cuts, like every few days we get a power cut, and the lights go, and there's total darkness, and everyone rushes around. I'm sure Stefan knows all about that. And looking for candles and light. So he suddenly thinks of me, my father, and comes to me, "Oh, where are you?" So somewhere, tucked away somewhere. He said, oh, are you okay? Were you scared? And I said, "No." "Oh, right, what were you doing?" I said, "I was meditating." And then he said, "What?" I closed my eyes and I was going seed. I was actually doing that because I was scared. And then I thought there was no fear there, because I was going seed there. That time I was actually concentrating, nothing could enter my mind. So then he told me, "Okay, then I'll tell you another beautiful meditation." And then he taught me the Metta meditation, the compassion meditation. He said, "Just say, 'May I be well and happy, may all beings be well and happy.' That is it. May I be happy, all beings be happy." So I started practicing that at an early age and found that this inner beautiful feeling coming up inside me. And from there onwards, when I was about 2 years old, I had an illness. I got polio of my left leg, and I had a very traumatic childhood since then, in and out of hospitals and struggling with shoes and boots and stuff at the age of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And always when I had these restlessness or anxiety or sadness or anything, I used to sit there and go, "May I be happy, may all beings be happy, may I be happy, I am happy." And this overwhelming feeling of happiness there. And there was no room for anything else to come in. And this became my tool, this became my actual way of my little secret to get that happiness whenever I felt low. So in fact, I grew up with all illnesses and all insecurities and everything I had to face, very independent and very within me, not reaching out for people to make me happy, because I knew how to make myself happy. So there onwards, my father was feeding me with little stories about Buddhism and Buddha's life story and all that. And I began to read from there onwards what this teaching is all about. But that Metta meditation has stuck with me all throughout life till today. It's one of my favorite meditations. It doesn't take more than few minutes. Just because you're giving, and I figured it out, it's because you forget yourself and the focus goes to the other person. May you be well and happy. May I be well and happy. I'm happy to give you happiness. So there's no poor me and what happened to me and oh, why me, and all this stuff didn't enter my mind because it was all the reverse. So to think about it, my life also went that way, my actions. I was always going around helping people, and that also made me realize this is such an easy, simple, beautiful way of just being happy without reaching out. So that was what some answers I got from some of you, just this happiness you feel, the inner happiness from day one. And then when I was reading these Buddha's teachings, the very first discourse, I don't know whether you have come across that, Dhamma Pavattana Sutta, the very first discourse after Buddhahood. He was thinking, what am I going to tell? This is a huge, beautiful, very profound teaching. No one will understand. And then he approaches his 5 friends who meditated with him, and he takes a chance and he tells this truth. This is what I found. This is what a Buddha had found, that no one else had found through meditation. And he says 2 points, I tell you, I talk about, is suffering, like unsatisfactoriness, if I put it that way, and cessation of unsatisfactoriness, suffering or cessation of suffering. Then some people might think, like, living in affluent countries like this, the food is there, clothes are there, beautiful films and places to go and the opera and people loving you, and where is this suffering? What is a Buddhist talking about, this suffering? And isn't it like negative and pessimistic and all this? So that also came to my mind because I was actually born to a very affluent family there with everything else, and I thought, Prince Siddhartha in India, a king's son, with all the luxuries, the wine, women and song he had, and 3 palaces to go for every season, and he named something, he had it. So what was this all about? Reading his life story, I found this meaning of this suffering, word suffering, is not just because you got ill or you are getting old or you lost something. That is also suffering. He mentions that as well in this first discourse, that birth and getting old, getting ill and losing loved ones and being with unpleasant people and not getting what you want causes unhappiness. But then again, the other teachers, Jesus, Allah, and all the other religious, spiritual teachers have also said that. So Buddha's story goes that he had been born millions of births before, collecting these good qualities and to be able to, developing his mind to such a state to realize this truth. So there must be something more to this unsatisfactoriness than that. And then how he actually leaves the palace is he had this big occasion, this festival, this party, and at the end of the day they were all drunk, and just like today, 2,600 years ago, all the women, music, dancing, and they fall asleep, and at dawn he gets up and he sees the state of everybody, not all sleeping and clothes everywhere, no makeup, and then he sees, and then he gets this feeling that that's finished, and now what? Now I can relate with that, isn't it? We all get that feeling of unsatisfactoriness. We go to a party, we have fun, come back next day, kind of flat, isn't it? So this unsatisfactoriness. So where is this going to end? Here's a party. Are we going to have another party tonight to get rid of this unsatisfactoriness? Or then what we actually do is that this unsatisfactoriness, this emptiness and boredom and alone hits us, what do? We reach for the telephone, ring our best friend, get a magazine, a book, a movie, TV. So what we basically do is when this suffering hits us, we try to satisfy one of the other senses, one after the other. Open the fridge door, eat something, do all that. One after the other. We'll eat and then we'll go and sit and watch TV. Then that's not enough. Put the radio on, music, dance a little bit, go to sleep, come up, open the fridge, eat again. So where is this going to end? And this is all looking for something to satisfy us. And we don't want to face this unsatisfactoriness. Here is the message that Buddha came up with. Yes, I was a prince. I got this unsatisfactoriness. Even with all the money in the world, there was nothing I could buy to get rid of this unsatisfactoriness. So the teaching in the first discourse he comes out with here is you get dukkha, the word dukkha, unsatisfactoriness, face it, acknowledge it. Here, look inside, there is unsatisfaction, there is loneliness, there's boredom there. It's there. Look at it, understand it, realize what it is, the nature of it, and then that is how you get release from it. Let it go, and there is peace, here and now. So these are, you must all have heard, this is the Four Noble Truths. The dukkha, the cause, when you're looking at it, you see, why am I feeling like this, anxiety or sadness? By just looking at the cause and realizing this is it. Is it worth? Do I really want that? Can't I live without that? What is this wanting here? Let it go. Of course I can live without that. Just let it go. Here, peace. You haven't done anything. Here and now, there's peace. So this is the Four Noble Truths. We do like a meditation, and through the day, whenever these things hit me, I practice that because that's his first teaching. Most people get to know about these Four Noble Truths, of course, Buddha's teaching, but are unable to put it practically into their lives. Because you come, you meditate, you read the book, you close the book, and then next day suffering hits you, bang. And then what do? Reach the fridge and ring the telephone, moan, and then say how unfortunate I am. Now just put everything away, practice this Four Noble Truth meditation. Beautiful gem. You just look inside, recognize suffering has come. Why? What is the reason? You will find an attachment, find an wanting. And look at the wanting. Do I really want it? Deal with the wanting. Most of the time, just let it go. You can let it go. Something silly or something what you can work with, that wanting. And then peace there, and then there is peace. So that was his first teaching there. And in these Four Noble Truths, to practice that, he says the first one, suffering and the cause of suffering. And then he also talks about the path leading to the cessation of suffering. Meaning then peace, because it might not be that easy to do that letting go of the wanting. Because of your clinging and your desires and your greed so profound, so deep, you might not be able to let go. Suffering could be because somebody shouted at you. How dare they shout at me, and now my ego is pricked. I don't want people shouting at me. And you look, and then you think, yes, because I just like pleasant words. I like people praising me. I don't like people shouting at me. So I'm unhappy now. So when you come to the stage of letting go of that wanting to have lovely words all the time and accepting bad words are okay as well is a bit tricky. As you say, oh, I'll let go, and 5 minutes later it'll hit you again, right? So we're being realistic. So this is what I've gone through. Like, it is so here, then you look at his Dhamma again and say, hey, he's given a path here. And say a path to work on, so your mind gets developed enough so you can do this. So if he says, here is the path, here is the key, do it, and you can have instantly inner happiness and letting go. Why don't we do it? Somebody has come and given it to us. Somebody who found it 2,600 years ago. Somebody who suffered for millions of births to get to that stage to give us that truth. So I thought to myself, I'm going to work at it. I'm going to see what this is all about. And that, of course, again, you must have come across that. That is our eightfold path, the 8 steps of the path. Yes, the eightfold path. Yeah. So the eightfold path, again, if I briefly touch, starts from right view, isn't it? The right view. So people might wonder, what is this right view and what is the wrong view? How do we know I have a right view? Somebody might think my view is a wrong view. So in another sutta, he explains what the right view is, and very simply how I grasped it was just know what good and bad is first. And then you might ask the question, who knows what's good and bad? One person will say what's good, one person will say it's bad. And then basically if we say, what makes you happy would be, say, good for the time being. What makes you unhappy and if you're suffering inside is bad action, bad thought, word and deed. Then he points out, you can say a good action, thought, word and deed would be where the roots are with non-greed, non-delusion and no anger, right? And if it's bad action that you have done, this is the right view how to do bad or good, that would have roots of greed, delusion and anger. So fair enough. If you're angry and you do something, say something or think something, you'll feel all agitated, and that's not the right thing to do. So that made sense. Then you might ask the question, why should I do good and bad? Or do what I want, think what I want, free country. and then you think, here he says, there is a result of this coming back to you. It's like a cause and effect, right? So you think of Einstein and Isaac Newton, yes, cause every action has a reaction, and you throw a ball on the wall and it bounces back, okay, that can be right. So this result that is going to come back to us called karma. So karma is vipaka or resultant. So if you do these bad actions with the greed, delusion and anger, you are going to get bad karma back. And if you do with non-greed, non-delusion and no anger, good karma back. So when is this good karma going to come back? This birth and future birth. So here he introduces rebirth, reincarnation, future births to come there. And then he says, so you know what the right view and wrong view now by just figuring it out yourself and thinking, yes, what he says makes sense. So that is why I should stick to the right side and not the wrong side, because he's going to come back. And when it comes back, it'll come back as suffering again. And then when it comes to suffering, you have to go, it is the Four Noble Truths, back to that, we have to work on that. So if we are to avoid a lot of suffering coming back to us now and hereafter, have the right view. Make sense? Made sense to me. So right view, we've got what right view is all about. And then he says beautifully, that's all you have to do. I figured it out, that's all you have to do. Because right view will automatically, won't it, give you right thoughts. Right, we will automatically give you right thoughts because you'll be thinking right thoughts because you have that view, right view of things. So the right thought, under right thought he said, be compassionate and be very harmless, 3 sections. And he said another one tucked away in the corner, have letting go thoughts. I thought that's hit me. Compassion, yes, we all have compassion. Harmlessness, yes, we all have compassion. But the important one was letting go thoughts, nekkhamma, sankappa. So here we are, that is what struck me there, letting go thoughts. So after right thought comes right words, of course, having the right thought will lead to the right word, soft, kind, nice words, and right actions and right livelihood, all that will follow, that, as you know. And then we come to the most important one, right effort. Right effort to do what? And I thought to myself, right effort to have right mindfulness follows. So keeping, as Stefan mentioned and encouraged us to do when we had tea, to have your awareness in the present moment is mindfulness. So you have to put effort to put it there, keep it there, because it will run away, because samsara, all our births, that's what the mind had been doing, thinking, past and the future. So it will flow to past and future. So put effort to bring it back here. And also right effort, Buddha has explained it here, is to get rid of defilements that's there and not allow new defilements to come out, and have good good qualities developing in your mind, and promote the good qualities you have in your mind. So those are the right effort, what you have to do. But then I thought, if you're in mindfulness here and now, those will automatically develop, because you are here and now. Your mind doesn't fluctuate to the present, past and the future. Is there suffering there? You're here and now, like I'm talking, I'm sitting, I'm having a cup of tea, now I'm going to stand up, now I'm going to walk. Was there any anger in that? Was there any lust and greed? Was there any delusion? Was there any suffering? Did you make bad karma? Did bad karma hit you? What a safe place to be. And looking inside your mind, whenever you are in mindfulness, in the present moment, everyone will agree with me. It's calm, happy, serene, beautiful, isn't it? While practicing it for many, many years, I've come to accept that when we say Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, for me, is nothing outside. It's within me. Where in this present moment, when I'm in the present moment, I'm so protected, and it's Buddha's teaching, and being in the Dhamma, and I become Sangha being there, being in the Dhamma. So Buddha, Dhammang, Sanghang, Saranang, Gacchami all unfolds in the present moment, like my refuge. It's easy place to go, and always you can be there. It's the thought that goes to the past that creates suffering. She said that, he said that, this happened to me, that happened to me, why not this, why not that? And future, I have to do this, I have to do that, I don't know what's going to happen to me, my future, I'm scared, all this. No, just be there. They're non-existent. Past is gone, finished. And future hasn't arrived yet, non-existent. It's just here and now. And even the present moment fluctuating. So even the present moment is arising, passing, arising, passing, arising, passing. And it's fluctuating. So if you get on that train, rising, passing, in the present moment, you're so secure, so happy, so content, so confident within. Tiny little story comes to my mind about a little bird. This mommy bird tells a little bird, Now don't go out wandering, you're too tiny. Here is a little rock, stay under the rock, like how all us mums do. This mum goes away to find food, the mummy bird. The little bird trots out and is going out round, having a good trotting around looking. And a big eagle or a hawk comes and catches this bird and goes. And now, say, goodness, I should have done what my mom said. Now what do I do? He's going to gobble me up and I'm dead. And the little bird said, please, please give me another chance. Please drop me. Please put me back. And this hawk, or the eagle, says, thinks, a tiny, tiny bird, I'm going to drop and pick him up straight away. So I'll drop, but I know I can pick him up back again. So he drops the little tiny bird on the rock. And what he does, he waits, and the hawk goes zooming up, and as soon as the bird comes back to pick the little tiny bird, the tiny bird goes under the rock, and this other hawk crashes onto the big rock, and that was the end of that bird. So so the tiny bird staying under that rock, this is one of Buddha's stories, is being in that safe place, your territory. And what is that territory, that safe haven, that safe is the mindfulness, being in the present moment. No one can harm. And the moment you go to the present and the future, you had it. You'll be gobbled up by the hawk. So remember that and be under the rock and be safe. And that is where Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha comes. So that sati means mindfulness. Buddha explains at satipatthana. I'm sure you come across all the meditations you can do. It's a big, huge word, but it is like 4 frames of mindfulness. 4 ways you can keep the mind in the present moment. The first way, I'll very briefly go. The first way is just being aware of your body, the awareness of the body, and being aware of your body, what is happening to the body, arising and passing of the body, and just being aware of the body. Second one, being aware of your feelings. That I do when I'm kind of fluctuating, I've had bad news or someone's died or something, and if I think my mind is dropping and coming up with sadness or something, I do this Vedananupassana, the contemplation on feeling. So and keep getting it back, keep getting it, watching how it fluctuates. And well, the third one is being aware of your thoughts, thought waves. Am I angry, or have I got lustful, greedy thoughts, or am I angry, or delusionary thoughts, or unnecessary thoughts? So being aware. If you have a mind that keeps on going in trends of thought waves and thoughts up and down, worrying, just remember, thought is not a fact. That's stuck in my forehead. Thought is no fact. Thought comes and goes. Thought is impermanent. So let it go. And thought can't hurt you. Just let it go. So that is called contemplation on your thoughts. The last one is contemplating, being aware of all phenomena, like the body, the 5 aggregates, and what the 4 noble truths, and what's happening in outside and inside, like Dhamma, being aware of the Dhamma. That's a bit complicated, but first 3 itself is very beautiful to be. So that is the way you need to be in the present moment. And also Buddha goes a bit further, deeper to say, being in the present moment with mindfulness plus wisdom. So being mindfulness plus wisdom, with meaning, when you're watching what is happening in the present moment, just watch with wisdom, to just absorbing or observing its arising, its passing, observing what is happening. And then what you'll see is that every phenomena, everything out there in here arises and passes. Feelings arise and pass, thoughts arise and pass, emotions arise and pass. Even our body is constantly arising and passing, changing, in a changing flux. So why do we get attached to something changing? Why do you want to go rejecting something that's changing? All what you do is just watch and just wait. And the whole situation, the phenomena, the whole event, the feeling or thought or emotion will change. You just wait without grasping either. Grasping to reject or grasping to attach. Just wait, thinking this will change. This will pass. This will pass. The mind knows by your meditations, by the meditation of the breath you did today. Does the breath stay permanent? The in-breath, does it stick with you permanently? No. You take a deep in-breath, has to come down, isn't it? It comes down, and can it stay like that? No, it goes up. And does it have a beginning, middle, and an end? Yes, it does. All thoughts have a beginning, middle, and end. All phenomena has a beginning and end. All feelings have a beginning, middle, and end. All situations have beginning, middle, and an end. All you have to be is to be aware of it and allow it to pass. Very simple. So again, some right concentration comes to practicing concentration of the mind, like how we did today, which will give us that strength of mind, power of the mind to keep the mind in the present moment, in sati. So the right effort, right concentration will enhance right mindfulness. Right mindfulness will enhance the other two. So they will work, enhancing each other, helping each other to work. And then that is the path Buddha said, be mindful. That's so simple. And the rest of the wisdom will flow. And the present you get by cause and effect, the effect you get is inner calm, inner equanimity, inner upeksha, just stability and non-fluctuating, unstirred, unfluctuating. Just mind in every situation. Whatever happens out there, you're calm. Because you know the truth, the real ultimate reality of it, that everything changes. This is the first kind of people who go to Buddhism, come to Buddhism, wanting to have some peace of mind and calm and clarity and not be subject to a slave to all the emotions that run around. Another lot of people I find want to say, I want to find the truth in the universe. Why am I here? Who am I? Where am I going after here? And then I thought to myself, even the answers to that question lies in the Satipatthana Sutra. So the Satipatthana, the 4 frames of mindfulness, is like the handbook of Buddhist practice, and practice is ever so important in this development of the mind philosophy. So it's again in that Satipatthana. So here, Buddha introduces this teaching that only a Buddha, try and finish very quickly, only a Buddha comes to teach. That is that the truth. Why am I here? The answer, he says, there is no I being here. There is no I, there is no self, the anatta concept. No other teacher, but he introduces that. And then you say, well, there is this mind and a body. So here is I. And I am seeing, I'm hearing, I'm talking, I'm smelling, I'm experiencing. So here is an I with a mind and a body. So then he said, you have to shatter this solidity, the perception of solidity. Shatter this perception of solidity and you will come to realize the truth. So here he introduces this teaching that what actually happens is there is a mentality and material, the form is the materiality, the material and mental component working, and there's a process of what is happening, and it is only a process. and it happens because of causes and effects. So this might come a bit profound, but I'll give you an example. Let's say seeing, I see, you're saying, and then if you look at it this way, there's an object there, there's a lamp, a picture there, and because of the light, the picture is a material, and it falls on the eye because of the light, and eye is material. So when it falls on the eye, the mind goes to the eye, called the eye consciousness, and seeing takes place. So you can, for instance, say if I'm dead, there's a dead person with the eyes open, and the light, the reflection falls on that person's eye. Would that person see? No, because there's no consciousness creating this eye consciousness seeing process. Sound falls on the eardrum, material, mental component arise as the ear consciousness, and hearing takes place. Food goes on your tongue, material, the consciousness comes to the tongue, and then tasting takes place. And you will say, oh, how do we know the consciousness comes there? Give me an example. If you're watching TV and somebody's calling you, you don't hear, come for dinner, and you're watching because the consciousness with the eye consciousness watching the picture, and it hasn't gone to the ear consciousness and left that for hearing to take place. So at one time, the consciousness goes into one sense base, creating this one process to happen. But it happens so quickly, so very quickly, we get the illusion of that a person is doing that. It is process of causes and effects, because the light was there, because the object was there, because an eye was there, because these three reasons were there, seeing took place. If there was no light, if there was no object, you don't see. If you're blind, you don't see. If the consciousness doesn't go to the eye, you don't see. So because of causes, the effect was seen. Because of causes, hearing took place. Because of causes, the tasting, the smelling, feeling, and thinking took place. So these 6 processes go round and round and round like just mere processes happening. And because of our ignorance of the fact, and because of greed, because greed comes here, because every time an object falls on your eye and seeing's taken place, greedily you latch onto it, you put a hook on, you have a craving to it, and you hook onto it and make it pleasurable, you make it in your ignorance, it's pleasant, pleasurable, it's long, everlasting and permanent, and it's mine. But in fact, it is arising, passing phenomena, not mine. It's due to causes and effects, and if you let go, it's gone. An example is if you're going in a train, lots of trees fall on your eye. Do you ever go and talk about it at home? Has it ever got registered? No. Fell and went, because you didn't put your hook there. You come out of the station, your friend is there to meet you, but there's millions of people, men, women, bags, carrying children, books, computers, they all pass you, they all fall on your eye, and they're talking. Does any of that register? No, it's just, seeing was like just seeing, hearing was just hearing. But when you went to your friend, registered, you identified, you had beautiful feeling, yes, she's my friend, and you talked. So what actually happened was when that at contact point, the friend fell on your eye, and you saw, that got the mental component out, again because of causes. What? Feeling of happiness came. Identification of, this is my friend, came. Then mental formations happened, talk and gave a hug and talked or thought or whatever this process, mental formations came all in the consciousness. because the I consciousness arose at the I sense base. So the mental component happened. So in very deep Buddha's teaching, it says, take seeing just as seeing, hearing just as hearing, tasting just as tasting, and let go. That means don't get hooked on the things that happen. The more you take hook on and then make it your own and try to make it pleasurable, there is this disappointment coming again, suffering looming out. So that was the profound teaching that kind of began to say about the non-self, because this is all processes happening in you and in the others. And if we work, or if we at least have that understanding within us, and then work, live like that. He says, do everything you do. You have children, you have husbands, wives, everything, but you have that knowledge that this is the way it happens, makes you a bit detached from the reaction of it, expectations from outside, and less suffering for you. And you're at peace, and allow things, phenomena to rise and pass as it happens, because you have no control, because there is no you. So I hope I didn't confuse you all too much, but two main factors of what Buddha's teachings I highlighted, with the understand how with those two teachings eventually have a happy, calm mind, equanimity and stable mind, which is at the end of the day is a beautiful place to be, and being in mindfulness all the time, morning till night. If you can be there, that's the Buddha's teachings in practice. So I hope whether, I don't know whether we have time or we have to finish now, isn't it? Yeah, it's 5 to 9. Right on time.
We will do it like this, that if you like, we would be very happy if you could conduct a short metta meditation for the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes.
And then we allow those who have to leave to leave.
Yeah.
And those who like to stay on and ask questions for Dhamma discussion, they stay.
Okay.
And they come closer, and we have a small Dhamma group having these questions. If everyone wants to stay, that's fine.
Yeah.
If someone wants to leave, have maybe an appointment, or have to go home to children, or have to catch a bus or something like that, you're welcome to go also. But we will continue with question periods. But at the moment, I think it would be very nice to have you conduct metta meditation as an ending of your talk, sort of.
Okay. So, let's sit comfortably. Just body relaxed, in the back erect, but at ease. Close your eyes. Let's bring our awareness to the middle of your chest, in the heart area. Just try to feel some love, kindness and compassion here. Just feel, metta is a feeling. Just feel that feeling of beautiful love. You can even think of someone who was ill that you looked after, or you fed a puppy, or looked after a baby, or some beautiful, loving, compassionate feeling you can get in your heart area. Now let it spread towards your body, just illuminating the body with beautiful feeling of love. The whole body to your legs, your arms and your head, and it's lighting up a feeling of happiness, joy and metta, and a sense of well-being. I am happy, this moment is just as it is, and the body is healthy, strong, and just energetic enough to do all I have to do in the path. May I be well and happy. May I be free from suffering, free from illnesses, free from anger, anxiety, and fear. May I find peace and happiness. Let that beautiful feeling grow in your heart and extend to all the Dhamma friends in this room. May them all find good health, happiness, and may them all be free from sorrow, anger, anxieties, and may them all find peace and happiness. Awareness back to your heart and allow that metta to increase, and like a light it's spreading beyond this room in 10 directions to all the people in this city and town, all the families who live in their houses. May there be unity, harmony, friendship, kindness, and may them all find peace and happiness. This metta making you so happy, spread to the town and to the whole country. May all those beings we meet be well and happy. This metta now spreading in all directions to the world. The fortunate, the unfortunate people, the sick, those who are in fear, in prisons, in war zones, those who are hungry, in poverty, those there are floods, and those who are lonely. May all beings be well and happy. This rays of metta, thoughts of metta reaching all these hearts, here and now. Coming back to your heart, you feel metta is tingling your whole body. It's pure metta spreading out to the whole universe. May all beings be free from suffering, free from anger, free from fear, free from anxieties. May them all find peace and happiness. Those who are near and far, known, unknown, those who you have met, those who were born and yet to be born. May all beings find peace and happiness. Peace and happiness. Peace and happiness. And I wish you all, every one of you, so much peace and happiness, and may the Dhamma keep you safe in the present moment, all secure, protected, happy, beautiful, and all your wishes come true. Sat, sat, sat.
So please sit quietly if you don't have to rush, I mean, but if you, we will let you go in a couple of minutes, but if you have to catch a bus, please. But otherwise we will conclude with some words. So I will congratulate everyone who took the opportunity to listen to your intuition to come and practice Dhamma tonight, when we had our guest here, Sheroma. It's everyone's own intuition that made you come. So that is what we're practicing, listening to our intuitions, isn't it? That is wisdom. So congratulations to you all having come here. I think it was a lovely Dhamma talk. Yes, really lovely. And